It was a late start to the day due to the storm and wet wood, but we finally got working on our breakfast Dutch oven bake, and with a delicious brunch barely finished, it was time to start on lunch. This time, baking a corn flour bannock bread. Okay, so I've just got a wooden spoon to help me mix it. I'll pour the flour into the pot, and I've got some water here. So let's start. So the thing is, what we want to do is make sure, it happens to me all the time, and I'm sure all of you guys can relate, is that quite often I always put too much water, and the problem is if you put too much water, sometimes you can't reverse like especially when you're baking, like you can't take water out of the flour, right? So always put less water and then just add a little bit more later on. So roughly Anita says it's about a cup. So what I'm going to do is probably put roughly, so right now I've got just over 200 mils, mix it up, and if I need more water, I'll just add a little dab at a time. Just a little bit more. And that gets me 200 mils. So I'll use a spoon. And you see here? There it is. Just slowly mix it away. So as you can see, it's pretty dry, so I'll probably have to add a little bit of water, but not too much. Okay, so the bread mix, or the bannock mix, is all done. So I'm just going to grease a little bit of the side of the pan. I'll put a little bit on the parchment paper, but not so necessary on the parchment paper itself. And of course, no need to be stingy with your application of butter, because who doesn't like lots of butter on their bread? I'm just going to put a little light coating on the parchment. It's done. What I'll do is now I'll take the bread. Well, that's not bread yet, dough. Put it on there. So all I'm going to do is just push the dough out, flatten a bit. Now Anita is the baker in our family. She operated a bakery with her father. Her father is a baker, so I will always allude to her for her approval. Even though bannock was probably not in their store, in their bakery menu list, I guess.
No.
No. Alright, there we go. If it was sweet dough, I'd like it, but it's not. Alright, that's enough. Okay. So basically I'm going to stick it in the reflector oven now, and I'm going to get the fire going, and then away we go. So the main thing is that you want the fire to be lively. You want a lot of flames, you want it to be fairly big, and you want to make sure that you have an ample supply of firewood available so that you can keep adding to it. Now if you look at the reflector oven, it's a wedge shape. So if you place it down, the pan is actually sticking up. So what we've got to do is put some stuff supported on the back. So what I've used is a rock here, and that will prop it up so that the pan is pretty much level to the flames here in the fire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to place the pan right at the edge of the fire, and the rock placement is perfect from the last time I put it. And as you can see, the pan is now pretty much parallel, and there we go. So what I'll do is every probably 10 minutes we'll check on the bread, and then we'll rotate it, maybe even a quarter turn or possibly 180 degrees. So I'm going to add some more wood to the fire, and just again, this is good. You want the flames to be lively and big, and just keep feeding it. And in about 20 minutes or so, we should have a hot piping bannock ready to eat. Okay, so it looks like it's done. I didn't put any more wood in the fire pit, and you can see it's browning nicely in there. And so I'm going to take it off and put it over here, and I'll pull it out. You can see it's nicely browned. If I just feel with my finger, it's pretty firm. There's no soft spots. Oh, that's nice. It's nice and crispy on the outside, and just kind of nice golden crispy on the outside, on the middle, sorry. So I'm just gonna let that cool down a bit. This is gonna be a new one for us, so we're gonna try it and we'll let you know how it goes. So it's cooled down, I can hold it, and so I'm just gonna put it on the plate so we can get it out. See, it comes right out of the parchment paper. I'll pull that off. There we go. Slightly a little burnt on the bottom, but perfectly fine. There you go. We got a lot of bannock for 2 people. Well, and a poodle. Let's cut her up, and Teddy, you want to move over? There we go. If you look there, see it's cooked right through. There we go. I'll try a little piece here. Okay. Just add some jam, honey, or peanut butter, and it'll be delicious. I mean, I can eat this on its own.
This jam is a little...
Make use of a spoon.
Oh, that's a good idea. You're so smart sometimes.
So this is more crumbly. I wonder if it gets corn flour.
Wow, mine didn't crumble like that. Could probably. No, you're right.
Alright, taste test. There we go. Nice hot, or warm, corn flour bannock. It's definitely more crumbly.
Mine didn't crumble. How come yours crumbled?
Oh.
What do you think, Teddy Bear?
Doesn't really taste like normal bannock. Normal bannock tends to be harder. This one's softer and more crumbly.
Like a tea biscuit.
I think I like the jam better than the peanut butter. Well, there you have it. Corn flour bannock. A different twist to bannock. Okay. This is so unusual. I'm just suspended in a hammock right now. and it's late in the afternoon, or mid-afternoon, I guess you want to call it, 3 o'clock, and it is hot and humid. I'm glad we camped here in this shade of, in the stand of white pines, because it's giving us some good shade and relief from the sun. As you can see behind me, there's Joyton Bay. Anita's, you can't see her, she's down by a shore lying down on the rock. It's not as hot over there, but there's still sun. I can't do sun. So I set up this hammock in between, obviously, 2 trees where there's some nice shade. And I am going to just chill here. I've got a couple of books, which I'm going to attempt to read, but most likely I'll probably fall asleep. We've been pretty much cooking and eating all morning. And like I said, we got to a late start. We had that breakfast bake with the cinnamon rolls. That was good, and then I had to clean that all up. And then because it was pretty close to lunch, we started our bannock bake. And we've cleaned up, put that all away, and now it's time for us to just relax. So this is unlike me, but I guess with his gimp finger and can't really do much else, I'm gonna relax. Okay, another lovely day. Tonight we're having jerk pork. What is it called? Jerk
Pork.
It's
Jerk
hot,
pork.
buddy. Jerk pork rice.
Okay, jerk pork with rice and beans. How's that?
Jerk pork with rice. Jerk is, I think it's Jamaican spice. It's usually very spicy. So what we're gonna do is there's shredded pork in here with kidney beans, and there's instant rice with green onion and anything else.
Jalapeno pepper.
Jalapeno pepper. It's gonna be spicy. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this in a pot here, and all we're gonna do is rehydrate it. Makes it nice and easy. Oh, and then we're also gonna put coconut milk powder. Are we putting this whole thing in?
Yeah, I think we'll put the whole thing in. Why
Yeah?
not? Let's look dangerous then.
That smells yummy. So that will make the rice really creamy
And fattening.
and fattening. Can I have the spoon, please? So I'm just going to pour hot water in. Here's my pot holder.
Under your glove.
So it's really milky looking. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just going to stir it all up until it's all underwater. There you go. You can see that. So I'll just let that sit. Actually, I might actually put that under the fire just to let it come to a boil, and then I'll take it off. And then the rest of this I'm going to boil in the pot and just rehydrate, because especially the beans will take a little longer. The beans are broken apart, so they won't take as long as if they were fully intact. So this should come around a lot easier. And then once that's rehydrated, then we'll mix it all in together, and we'll have our jerk pork, beans, and rice.
Good job, Mom.
I don't know the name. This is something new, so we'll let you know how it goes. So here's the jerk pork, beans and rice dish.
And beans.
So, you want to try it?
Teddy will try it for you.
Teddy?
Sure. Skeeter syrup.
Mmm. Not bad. Not spicy.
Well, I didn't want to overspice this because...
Yeah, you want to use this?
We're being for American eating hot, so why not?
The coconut milk adds a nice flavor. It's a beautiful night. The sun going down is spectacular, but it is so muggy and hot.
Hence why I'm in a down jacket.
I gotta take this shirt off, it's so hot. Teddy, no. Oh, I'm ready to go jump in the water again. Sweating. This is like, seriously like summer. So
That's why
hot.
I'm in a down jacket.
She's got problems. Had a good meal, had a good dish. It has some kick.
It has some jalapeno peppers in it, so it's not even a jalapeno pepper.
It does have some kick.
I was thinking I probably need some more jalapeno peppers in there.
It's good though. We noticed that there's a lot more people out. I mean, now that it's Saturday, there's a lot more people camped around us. Not surprising because the weather's so nice. There's no reason why people shouldn't take advantage of it. We went for a swim earlier, and even the water is not that cold. Usually Georgian Bay is pretty cold, but it wasn't cold at all. So it's going to continue like this. I think we'll be swimming again tomorrow.
You said it wasn't cold. I said it was cold. You're now saying it wasn't cold at all. I don't think so, dude.
Okay, there was a small pockets where it was cooler, but it wasn't cold.
Cold pockets.
After finishing supper, we decided to go for a walk along the island and watch the sunset. It was a great way to end day 2 and work off some of the excess calories we consumed during the day.
So we just had supper, and obviously it's already dark. It's now already well, actually it's 5 to 8, so it is kind of late. So as a night not midnight as an nice evening treat, what we're gonna have is Jiffy Pop. Oops, ow, mosquito. Jiffy Pop. So we're gonna pry the cardboard open, and we're gonna do it over the campfire. We've got the grill there so that we can just put this on top. The irony of this is that the instruction actually says don't do it over a campfire because it's uneven heat. But we've done this before. We're not gonna follow, you know, obviously the manufacturer's suggestion. We'll make it work, and you'll see. Just gonna follow the instructions and rip the cardboard piece off the top. This is it's kind of, I always kind of laugh because it says butter flavored popcorn. Like, what other flavor would you use for popcorn? Okay, so we'll rip this off. And the instructions are on the inside. So basically, you put this on top of the fire and then you keep shaking it, and then this will puff up. So it's so really cool because I don't know how they do it, but the foil is all wrapped up. So I'm gonna throw that on top of there and wait till I hear the sizzling, and then I'm gonna start moving around. Ooh, this fire's hot. So I've got gloves, obviously, and you'll hear it start to sizzle. You can hear the butter sizzling, and some popcorn is already popping. The steam is coming out of the middle of the hole. I'll just keep it shaking so it
I
doesn't
think
burn.
it's on fire. Oop. How do you know?
Going nuts. Even with the gloves it's hot.
I think it's done. Don't you?
I think it's done.
Because of the lack of light, we didn't continue filming, but we enjoyed the popcorn before we turned in early for the night, as we had another full day of baking coming up.
Nothing like a hot coffee in the morning. So we're gonna do something special today. It's something that we actually did on Phillip Edward Island. I would say probably a few years ago, 2 years ago, and it worked really well. I don't even think I shared that post. Probably not.
You were pretty selfish and kept everything to yourself.
There's so much things that I've experienced, but just haven't had time to share them all. But this one we definitely will, because I don't even think we did much video then.
No.
No.
Nope.
So today for lunch, you noticed that we did the bannock cornbread bannock yesterday. So this afternoon for lunch, what we're going to do is we're going to actually make fresh bread. And I can tell you, when we made it the first time, it was like heavenly. It was absolutely delicious. In fact, we were just going to eat half of it, but we ate the whole loaf. We had butter just melting on the inside. It was like perfectly crispy, nice brown on the outside, and just spongy soft on the inside. And the butter was melting, and it was just, I don't even know the word, glorious. We couldn't stop eating it, and we pretty much ate it all, and we had like a carb overload, and I think we crashed, right?
We did crash.
in the hammock or something. We said we're going to try that today, just because again the weather is really warm and it's humid. We'll stay tuned for that. We'll definitely video that, and hopefully it'll turn out as good as it did the first time. Of course, it's a little tricky because it's a traditional bread, so you got to put yeast and you got to let it rise, and so it is a little more tricky than bannock. But if it comes out, it will be amazing, and we're going to do it over with a reflector oven as well too. That should be a lot of fun. But this morning we've got breakfast to make, and get some calories into our stomach, and we might have to do another wood run before lunch, Oh, and that's the other little thing that we're going to be doing. We're also going to be making pies from scratch, apple pies from scratch. That'll be a nice little treat as well too. That should be fun as well. I got this thing buzzing around my...
No, you just missed him. He was on
It's not a
here.
mosquito, but it's something buzzing.
It was a mosquito.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a...
He's right here.
Is it?
Dead. Well, can you tell by the body?
Maybe. Okay, maybe it is. So I hope you guys are all enjoying your weekend home, or hopefully you're outdoors, because
It is beautiful.
it is beautiful. No one deserves to stay home on a weekend like this. But it is muggy. For those people like me that are wuss with the heat and the humidity, she's wearing a down jacket. It's so
I was
absurd.
made for hot temperatures, okay? This is not hot enough
Yeah.
yet. The sun will come through and then it'll be beautiful.
Yeah. We'll definitely probably go swimming again. It was really nice in the water yesterday, so it's just going to continue again today. And did you say it was a heat advisory again?
Yeah, heat warning. But it's not going to be as hot as yesterday.
No. Which I won't have a problem. It's still hot enough. Right, Teddy? He's knocked out.
He's guarding the food.
He's guarding the bacon. Okay. I guess we should get breakfast started. Okay, so before I start with the ingredients for our Dutch oven bake, I'm going to put a bunch of briquettes in because the fire's going nicely. So I've got my bag of briquettes here. We actually had to go to a couple stores because, you know, they usually run out by this time of year. I guess they only buy so much for the season, and they're obviously popular items for grilling. So they're just, that's all they are, little briquettes. So I'm going to just throw, this time I'm going to throw less in. Yesterday I had 10 on the bottom and 10 on top, and so what I'm going to do is, the bottom got burnt, so I'm going to put 5 on the bottom and then 10 on top. So that was 3, and that's 4, 5. So again, the key is to make sure that the briquettes are white, and then you'll know that they're ready. So just because there's a lot now, I'm going to throw a bunch of sticks on top to get it flaming up again. All right. Here's the ingredients for our breakfast bake. Nita, is there a name for this, or we just kind of made it up?
There's no name.
There's no name? We'll call it the hash brown bacon egg bake. I don't know.
Protein and carbs.
So basically, here's her 10-inch aluminum Dutch oven again. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the butter, again, coat the inside and the sides of the Dutch oven so it doesn't stick. So we've got a bunch of hash brown. These are just small disc size hash browns. And we're going to break them up. We've got a bunch of green onions, which I'm going to cut them up into smaller pieces. I've got 4 eggs, and then to bind everything, and then I've got a bunch of fresh bacon bits. So we're going to mix that all together, put it in there, cover it up. We're going to put the briquettes on the bottom as well as on the top. We'll use the tin foil here to wrap right around and make kind of like a teepee, and we'll let it sit in there for like 15-20 minutes max. Yesterday when we did our sweet cinnamon roll bake, 20 minutes was a little bit too much. The bottom did burn a bit, and mind you, we did use 10 briquettes on the bottom. So today we're going to actually use 5. We're still going to probably put it in there for 20 minutes, but with a less heat on the bottom, hopefully it won't burn, and then the top will be nice browned and crisp. Okay, so let's get on and start putting the ingredients together. Lastly, I'll just add in the egg, and now I'll bind everything together. So here we go. Okay, so I may have a gimp hand, but it doesn't mean I can't do dishes. Just Just need a glove and away you go. So we're on the search for some firewood in this thick haze of a day.